Hello everyone, welcome back to Big J Talks, and today I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite movies of the year so far, because it's July 1st, so we're officially halfway through. So I've watched a total of 28 movies. I know, rookie numbers, but if you guys want to enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. So here is the numerous amount of movies. I'll show you guys on the screen right there, a little clip of all the movies I have not watched this year. I know that of course it's not every movie that's released this year that I haven't watched, because I'm sure there's some really small movies that I have not watched. So notable ones like The Drama I haven't watched, or Tuner, or Leviticus. I heard that one's pretty good, or The Furious, which I want to watch those. I don't know if I ever get a chance to, because those are like small market movies besides The Drama, and I don't know where they would be on streaming. But so yeah, without doubt, let's get into 5 honorable mentions that I have. So starting off with some honorable mentions, 11 through 15. First off, how I rank these, just I want you to entertain me. I want it to, of course, it has to be like a good script, good characters, all like that. But of course, I'm not gonna have a movie. I have a movie like Jackass, like around like the 17 or 18 mark, above movies like Devil Wears Prada 2 or Super Mario, because even though that's not really like a movie, it's just stunts that it's just objectively like it made me feel something more than those movies did. And that's why Primate is not here either. It's like 16, but it's above those movies as well, because it made me feel something as well. That was just killing, but it made me feel something other than boredom, like Devil Wears Prada 2 or Supergirl or Super Mario or Backrooms, because Backrooms isn't here either. I know a lot of people actually like that movie. I really don't like Backrooms. So starting off, number 15 is Disclosure Day. Now I'm going to do a like brief description of these. Disclosure Day, it was pretty long, but once I got into it, I really did get into it, but it did take a minute to get into it. Like the final 20-30 minutes were amazing, so that's why I have it like around here, but I can't really put it any higher in good conscience, even though it's a Spielberg movie. I don't think it's one of his best. It just took a minute to really get into it, but at the end where they showed full disclosure, all aliens stuff, that like with the whole news thing, that was amazing. I love that part. So, but that's why it's 15. Coming in number 14, Manos mentioned, is Mortal Kombat 2. Now, I know a lot of people actually don't like this movie, and I haven't watched the first one. I still haven't watched the first one. But I still very much enjoy this movie. I like Johnny Cage as a character, and I just liked all the characters, even though I didn't know them from the first movie. And some of them dying, I was like, oh, wow. But I know the script isn't really there, but the action, but, I still liked the end with, Johnny Cage really, like, saying, yeah, I'm here to save the world. So that's why I still, and it entertained me a lot of all the action and stuff. So that's why it's above all those other ones that bored me. But I can understand why I didn't like the movie, but for me personally, it's up here. Now, coming in at number 13 is Crime 101. Now, this movie is like a little heist movie, and it's a little long too. And that is another one that does take a minute to get into it. But I really like, one thing that stood out is the music. Like, I really enjoyed the music and the score of this movie. That's another part of a movie that I really want to know that I value, is the score. And it had a great score. It had me really, especially towards the end, the final act, it had me really invested into it. Now, it took a minute. Also, my family, they were a little confused. I was confused, of course. Like, they revealed that Chris Hemsworth's character doesn't like violence or anything. He just does it for money. I actually like that. So, and then him getting with that girl, I forgot her name. It was a nice ending, and I liked the film. It makes me want to see Mark Ruffalo and Spider-Man Rainy Day and Chris Hemsworth in Avengers Doomsday. It's an enjoyable enough film for me to put it as an honorable mention. 12, I know it's another one that people are going to call slop. I have The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, I just enjoy it. It's a Star Wars film. I love Star Wars. So, even though it doesn't have any consequences or anything, no character development or anything, maybe probably shouldn't be this high, but it kept me entertained. Now, some parts were boring, like the Grogu parts were a little boring, just him or them or whatever. But other than that, I had fun. It was a fun time at the movies with my friends and my brother. So that's why it's higher than some of these other movies, because it was a fun time at the movies. And I want to see more of these characters. I don't know when we will, because the movie didn't do the greatest at the box office. I think it was the worst Star Wars movie to do at the box office, even worse than Solo. I might be wrong, that don't quote me. But I still want to see more of Mandalorian and Grogu. And coming at number 11, just missing the top 10. Now, this was a toss-up between 10 and 9. 9, 10, and 11, I was going back and forth. But at the end of the day, my love for animation, because I just like animation more than live action, put 9 and 10. They're both anime movies above 11. So number 11 is Pressure. It's the World War II D-Day movie about the weather. And I didn't expect to love this as much as I did. Now, of course, it actually might go more up, more I think about it. I might rewatch it again, other than 9 and 10. But it was a nice time. The only thing that why I put the other ones above it, because I like different settings and set pieces, and these guys were just in the same house, not house, same building the whole time, talking about the weather. So, but the acting performances were great. That's why I put it this high. Just a genuinely great movie. But just the animation for the other ones and just the way the other ones look better is why I put it above this one. But this is a great movie. I would recommend it. And, yeah, it's a great movie. So, honorable mentions aside, we are heading into the top 10 with number 10 being GOAT. Now, that's another one I was saying about the animation. That's why I put this one above Pressure. I might have, because I know the GOAT's on Netflix, I might have to go rewatch it maybe, see if it actually is as good as I remember it. But it was a fun time. I watched it with my girlfriend. I like basketball. Basketball's like my second favorite sport. Football so superior to me. You can see the Eagles right there. But it was still a fun time. I like the main character, Caleb McLaughlin, as the GOAT. And I just like all the side characters as well. The animation was stunning. Of course, the story is a little basic, but it was still great. I still liked it. I like those little stories. And like I said, the animation really carried it for me. At number 9, as I said earlier, is another animated movie. It is a Netflix original, actually, believe it or not. It is Swapped. If you guys didn't watch this, I really encourage you to go watch it, because the animation on this might actually be better than the animation in GOAT, because it is it is visually stunning to look at. The whole world of just these made up characters, I mean these made up animals and stuff, was great, and I just really encourage you to watch it. Of course, the two main characters, Michael B. Jordan, I forgot the other girl, the girl from Ted Lasso. They like swapped. One is a bird, one's like a groundhog, and they like swapped to turn into the other animal. That might be a little cliche, but the twist villain was actually twisted. It was like, wow, I actually didn't really expect that. But it was a fun movie to watch, and I definitely encourage you to go watch it. It's not just for kids, it can be for adults as well. That's why it swaps to number 9. Coming in at number 8 is a movie I actually just watched yesterday. It is 28 years later, The Bone Temple. I didn't watch this one in theaters. I watched the first one. I enjoyed that one, so I was like, I'm excited for this one. And this one was great as well. That's why I have it this high. I kind of like the first one more better, because I just like the, I don't like that the infected are naked all the time. But just seeing them, like being the main threat and stuff was nice. The Jimmies, I didn't mind the Jimmies, other than the main Jimmy dude. He was, of course, the main antagonist in this movie. I wanted to see Spike more. His main protagonist was Ian Kelson, but I did very much like that character. And at first, I didn't care for them trying to humanize Samson, of course, the alpha. But as the movie went on, I really enjoyed that they were trying to humanize it. And then the climax scene of Ian Kelson trying to act like he's the devil and Satan, and that song and stuff, that was amazing. That was peak. So that's why I have it this high. The ending, of course, it shows Cillian Murphy. It's pretty. I think is this third one movie coming out later this year or next year? I don't really know. I haven't kept up with the franchise, but I really enjoyed this movie, and I watched it because I heard it was good. I was like, I need to be. It's probably gonna be in the top 10. It is in the top 10, but I just enjoyed the other movies better. Coming in at number 7, I actually have Sam Raimi's Send Help. Now, this one is also I was going back and forth with this one in The Bone Temple, but I prefer this one because I just like the dynamic between the two protagonists, and how that their slow downfall, and the main girl's she just turned into a maniac, and eventually killing the guy's fiance. And I like the dynamic that he was a horrible boss and stuff, and that just really interested me. And the ending, I was like, it wasn't the greatest, but I did like the action and the scariness of her fighting that boar. Still a great movie. Sam Raimi is a great director, producer. So it's an enjoyable film. I would recommend this to go watch. That's why it's number 7. Now, number 6 might be a controversial one now, because I know a lot of people that do not like this movie at all. But I have Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic. I just had a great time. I know just flashing through his times in his life, but as someone who personally enjoys Michael Jackson's music, and I was just this the whole time in that theater, and it was a fun time at the movies. Watched it with a couple friends, and Joe Jackson, Colm Domingo was great. Jafar Jackson was great. The performances were great. Of course, it wasn't really a script. It was just a lot of performances. I mean, a lot of like musical performances. But and I was with the only thing I wish Michael actually stood up to Joe Jackson and told him like to his face. Of course, in a concert that was great. But when he was saying something, instead of him walking past, Joe would rather him say something. But other than that, I thought it was a great film. I don't understand people having this as the worst film of the year. They just, I guess they're just haters and don't like Michael Jackson or whatever. But as the film, I think this was a great movie. At number 5, kicking off the top 5, we have Disney and Pixar's Hoppers. This is up here for a lot of people as well. Maybe it's a little higher for me, but I just really enjoyed it. Of course, like I said, I might have a little bias towards the animation. And it was a fun animation movie, fun family-friendly movie, but also packs an emotional punch, especially towards the end, where the animals find out that the main protagonist, I don't know her name. I don't like. She was alright. She wasn't the greatest character. Was a human, and she was like fake as a animal, as a hopper the whole time. Not hopper, as a hedgehog the whole time. That was like a very heartbreaking, which packed emotional punch. And I liked where the animal kingdom was like, we rule everybody now, and then how it all coexisted into the climax was nice, and the ending was nice as well, where her and the mayor were like shaking hands. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And like, okay, it was a fun movie. I would want to go rewatch it. I think it just came on Disney Plus. I probably had to go rewatch it again. I probably watch these movies again before the final ranking at the end of the year. But it was a fun movie. That's why it's number 5. Number 4, believe it or not, is another Disney and Pixar movie, Toy Story 5. Now, this is in the top 4. It's such a fun movie. I mean, come on. It's Toy Story. I grew up with Toy Story. And there's no beating just Woody and Buzz, and Jesse and stuff. The only thing I just wish I like the other 3 better is because of all the side characters like Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Slinky, Ham, Mrs. Potato Head. I just like all of those. And the aliens, and they all get sidelined for this movie. The new characters, Smarty Pants, the Atlas, and was it Snappy, I think? I don't hate them. I just, the thing is with these movies, same with 4, all the new characters from 4 were barely in this one. So I assume this would be the same thing. All these, like Lily Pad, all these characters will barely be in Toy Story 6. I'm assuming they're going to do a Toy Story 6. Now, of course, this is mainly a Jessie story, and I really like that they dove into that, her saying that her owner's daughter was named after her. That was very nice. It's such Toy Story God. It's probably the best franchise ever. Never a bad movie. Toy Story 4, of course, wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible. It just put a smile on my face, especially the end, where all the Buzzes found out they were electrical, like tech as well, and started flying. Like, it had a big smile on my face. And then Jesse and Buzz kissing or whatever. I was like, wow, this is cinema. This is why we go to the movies. But yeah, that's why it's number 4. Now in the big guns, top 3, with number 3 being The Sheep Detectives. Now I know nobody expected the Sheep murder mystery movie to be as good as it was, but it truly was amazing. Like, it was very emotional too. It was more than just sheep figuring out a murder of their owner. It was about sheep finding out, like, that they're loved, and just that they're together as a sheep, and they just have to work together. And that death of, well, spoilers, the death of Sebastian was really emotional and heartbreaking. And then and I liked all the little side characters as well, like the human characters I didn't mind. And just everything about this film was amazing. Would recommend to anybody going to watch it. If you haven't watched it already, what are you doing, to be quite honest with you? The murderer was kind of unpredictable for me, at least. Because I thought it would have gone many different ways. Well, no, the actual murderer was unpredictable, but the way who he was a little unpredictable to me. Great movie, that's why it's in the top 3. Number 2 seems to be the movie of the year so far. The movie everyone's been talking about since it's released, Obsession. Now, I had no plans watching this movie. When it first started rumbling, I was like, okay, maybe I'll go watch it. And then I went to go watch it. The second week on a Tuesday, packed. And What a film. What a movie. On a $750,000 budget, you put out something like that. That's amazing. Of course, that movie is still in the theaters, like almost 2 months for a $750,000 budget. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And it's gonna make, I think it's making like $300 million right now, almost 400 million. Don't quote me on the 400 million. I just know it's 300 million. And absolutely deserved. It's a great movie. The characters are complex. Like people arguing that who's the real villain? Of course, Bayer probably. He wasn't the best guy, especially toward when Nikki was like, "Free me, kill me," and he was like, "What's the better about being with me?" The ending was amazing. I was just my jaw was on the floor like the whole time. Like I was glued to my screen like this. I was watching the movie like this the whole time because I just felt like Nikki was going to do something, and of course she did at one time. But what a film. But there's one movie that I think is a little better than that, and this movie has been my number one since I watched it, and has not been dethroned since. Of course, Obsession was close, but it's not been dethroned. And that number one being, of course, Scream 7. Now, I don't know. I don't understand the hate for this movie, to be honest. Scream 7 is such... Okay, let me shut the fuck up. Of course, it's not Scream 7. That movie was horrible. That's actually last on my list. I don't want to talk about it. The shit was ass. But number one has been number one since I watched it and has not changed. And it's Project Hail Mary. I assume everyone is that every list I've seen has been number one so far, and absolutely deserved. It was a long movie, but I was glued to my screen the whole time. I usually don't like non-linear storytelling, but here it absolutely worked for me. It worked for me. Ryan Gosling's performance was amazing. Rocky, I fucking loved Rocky. Like him almost dying, I was like, oh my god. Like that was very emotional. And just everything about this movie. I could watch this movie 10 times. It's just visually stunning as well. Just, man, what a movie. I don't know if that's going to be topped. I literally have a poster for it. I literally have a poster for this amazing film right here. I got it at the theater. I was like, yeah, I need to pick up this poster because this is the best movie of the year. And it has been for about, 3 months now since it came out. I don't know if it'll be topped. Maybe it has been topped, I just haven't seen the movie. But I don't think it has been. I don't think it will be. Ryan Gosling and The Rock has been the best movie of the year so far. Pretty crazy when you say that, but it's true. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the list. What you would how you critique it. What would you add on here? What would you remove? Please let me know, because I like to debate about these things. So if you guys want to enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.